goal! Side of goal! Oh, what a goal!
What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? Del Boy's back. That's probably the only bit of good news us Gunners are going to hear today. Oh, Jesus, we've a lot to go through, I'll tell you that, for nothing. I want to talk about a lot of things today, and it's the performances of late that this team has been putting in, the management, the coaching staff, everything like that. To say I'm annoyed, upset, that's putting it lightly. I'm going to try and be calm. I'm going to try and get through a lot of things today and get a lot of stuff off the chest, you know. But I just want to first of all say thanks to everyone for all your comments and like, you know, on social media and stuff like that. I just had been offline. I'd have paid me bollocks with Arsenal, with YouTube, with social media and stuff like that, and it's nothing to do with any other person or people like that, or no one was bullying me or nothing like that, or like, you know. But I just had a pain in me fucking arse with it, to be honest with you. And I was thinking of just fucking deleting the channel and see us later. But I've been getting a lot of good positive feedback from a lot of people, and I just wanted to say, you know, guys who know who you are, and a big Del Boy hug. That's what I'm doing, giving you his hug and showing you his love, because what you guys have done for me over the past month, 2 months even, has been great. But anyway, let's get on to this fucking game today. We'll start with this game. Soulless, fucking useless, no energy, no wanting to win, no leadership, no desire. It's gone. You know, I the last few games, and I know it's the Christmas period and stuff like that, and teams like Arsenal gets, like, you know, stupid results and stuff like that, and that's fair enough, but it's not an excuse. You know, the West Ham game was an absolute fucking disgrace. You know, this game, Craven Cottage, I knew it was sort of a banana skin, but it just says if this team is serious about going for the league, you put in a fucking performance. And you just say that West Ham game was a banana skin, where we mean business this season. And there's none of this excuse of, oh, we need a striker, we need a left back, we need a right back, we need this, we need that. 700 million has been spent by this manager in 4 years. Have we got bang for our buck? I don't personally fucking think so. And that's basically being honest. What do we need to do? Is it a new manager? Do we need to freshen up things? Are these players now just sick of Arteta and his way that he's going up and down the line and the tactics he's given? You know what I mean? Is it working? That's what we need to ask ourselves. You know what I mean? Because this, for me, this result said to me today, we're done. We're not winning the league. Because City are going to rock on now. They're going to go on an unbeaten few games. Liverpool will be the same. And that's because they've top managers in Klopp and Pep. You know what I mean? They know what it takes to win, to be serial winners. That's what it is. You know, this team is just, I personally think it's done. But I'm going to drop the link in a few. Now, I hope I'm not disrespecting anyone. I just want to get Arsenal people on because of the result today. I want your guys say, you know what I mean? Come on, have a say. But no offense to other supporters or anything like that. I just want to get Arsenal people in because I think we just, like, you know, we have a lot to say. And one person that's in the chat here now, and I'm just going to throw him onto the stream. It's my good friend, Mane. How are you, brother?
Yeah, all good. And I think I have to start by saying this. Last Christmas, we were top of the league, but by the end of May, we'd thrown it away. This year, there will be more tears as we finish without the title. Rest in peace, George Michael. Nobody could do it better. And of course, sadly, he passed away on Christmas Day several years ago. Gone, but never, ever forgotten. And what can I say? It's a performance like that puts the Craven in Craven Cottage. It's hard to tell which was worse. I mean, was it the home debacle against the Hammers where they burst our bubble? Or was it this one where we went to the cottage and just, completely walked away with our tails between our legs? It's ridiculous. It really is. And that thing you said there about how the players have stopped believing in Arteta, there might be some truth to that, because there have been. If you take a look on Twitter, not that you can really consider that the gospel by any means, there has been some talk about how some of the players have been quite angry with the way that Ramsdale has been treated. Emile Smith-Rowe has also been ostracized. This was a game which was calling out for him to come in and make an impact. And he brings on the likes of Reece Nelson and Gabriel Jesus. He starts Jakub Kiwior today because of an injury to Zinchenko. And Kiwior proves to be no better. He's hooked off at half-time. And then he goes to 3 at the back. You know, all of these friends of mine who've been harping on about how tactically smart he is, again, shut your mouth and eat it. And I'm also going to call out Kinos from the She Wore Yellow Ribbon blog. This idiot, one of the most rabid Arteta sexual wasters you will ever see, wrote an absolutely mushy post about him for his 4th anniversary being in charge of Arsenal. So, talking about how he's such a great thinker and a great visionary, and saying that sticking with our manager is always the way to go because it happened with the likes of Klopp, Wenger, and Alex Ferguson. He needs to keep those 3 names out of his mouth. This guy has pretty much shown himself to be completely one-dimensional, completely arrogant, not willing to be humble enough to try and do something different. And it's his own decisions that will be, sooner or later, Del Boy, the death of this club. It's disgusting. It absolutely is. And I don't know whether it's the curse of the ex-Gunners. We had 3 of them playing against us today, and all of them were fairly pivotal, I'd like to think. And I really don't know what's going on. Maybe, as Robbie said on AFTV, they had a bit too much to eat for Christmas, and they looked exceptionally lethargic. They looked sluggish. But I said it at the beginning. It was a craven performance in the second half. And Jorginho's tweet sums it up. Awful performance. Bunch of so-and-sos. They can all bugger off. Only 1 player was decent today, maybe 2. We're not in any title race. We'll finish 6th. And I can't wait for all of these Arteta inners to come up with their excuses. Because if you observe carefully, Del Boy, when we have these slumps where we lose a clump of games in succession, it kills our momentum. And then we get a fortunate win. We're back on track. Everyone's saying the dream's back on. And then it dies in the end. And it's a case of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And to be fair, Jorginho, we've all seen plenty of worse performances. But for this to come at a time like this, when we knew that a win would see us end the year top of the league, so much for being Christmas champions. A terrible attitude from the players, no hunger. All of the comments you're seeing right now, they sum up everything that you and I are thinking about. And the worst part is that after we took the lead, we just sat back and allowed them to, come at us. How could we? I mean, why? What was the idea? What was the thinking behind that? It's utterly ridiculous. I absolutely have no idea where we're going to go with this. And it is becoming more and more clear with every single performance like this. It's not even so much the defeats, it's the performances that really make us angry. And as Darren said, if we can't beat teams like Fulham, who lost at home to Burnley in the relegation zone, we don't deserve any credit. We don't deserve to be talked about as one of the so-called big teams. And when you take a look over in Birmingham and see the job that our former manager and former goalkeeper have done there, I mean, yes, they had a lucky win over Burnley by the skin of their teeth. But I'll tell you what, they've ended the year with 53 points from home. And, they are, if they can strengthen in January, which they will do, because unlike Arteta and our board, their board and manager are 2 very serious people, they could very well finish above us in the league, qualify for the Champions League. I do not think that they will necessarily win the title, but it will be wonderful to see how well they do. And it disgusts me to see all of these twits, or other word, sneering at other teams when they have poor games. You know what they say? People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And with every poor performance like this, the cracks are starting to become even more and more prevalent. We got more people who are in the gaff, as you would say, so I'll zip my lip, welcome everyone in. And my final word for now, and I will say this at the end, Do not let this performance spoil your New Year celebrations. If you've got something planned with your families and your mates, go and enjoy yourself. To heck with this team. To heck with this manager. They don't deserve any of our sympathy, at least not for now.
And I was waiting for you to say that about the about the Burnley game. Like let's be honest, like Burnley battered Fulham 2-0, and this is the performance that we had today. Would not have even beaten Burnley, and it's a disgrace. Josh, I'll get you in, mate. How are you? Thanks for coming in.
Yo, you say, man. Big up to Manny. Big up to the rest of the panel. Big up to the lovely people in the chat. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I don't even recognize my own club anymore, man. I do not recognize this damn club anymore, man. I'm saying last season we did so well. Obviously, we fell short. This season, West Ham at home, brother. Are you taking the biscuit right now? West Ham at home, and then Fulham away. Right, we go 1-0 up in 4 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. And then we concede from a sloppy ass what's it called? From a hold on a second. We concede from a sloppy corner and a brilliant goal by Jimenez. Honestly, this club is finished. I'm saying this right now. Arsenal are not winning the title. We're not winning the Premier League. I'm saying I'm not even gonna waste my breath, waste my energy, shouting and screaming, making my blood pressure go high, because you know what? I've got better important things to see. I'm saying I've got a big family that I would, rather spend my New Year's Eve on, rather than get angry, and just make myself angry over this shit club. Like, honestly, man. And I'm saying this now. If Arteta does not win a trophy this season, I want him gone. I want this guy at my club. And also, yeah, I'm sick of all these people on Twitter and all around the world saying, Saliba's world class. Brother, this guy ain't world class. Saka's not world class. Odegaard, Declan Rice are not world class. They are not world class. Right? You can't perform to a standard against Fulham and West Ham. Saka was nowhere against West Ham and you call him world class. World class are the likes of Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, Rodri, who else? Virgil van Dijk. Those are world class top players that have been doing it consistently. Mate, what? Come on, man. What has Saka done? What has Saliba done? What has Gabriel done? Zinchenko? It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing, man. This club is dead. This club is dead. It's just dead.
Josh, for me, I was thinking the exact same thing just watching the game. I says, what has Saka done in recent, the last few games? He's the star boy. Oh, you can't slag him. But I'm sorry, he hasn't been playing for either as Martinelli, but they're still getting their games. It's like they need a kick in the fucking arse. And that's down to the manager. If you're not playing well, if you've played about 3-4 bad games, I'm sorry, you need to earn your position in this team. Because we're Arsenal. We're not Saka FC or Martinelli FC. You know what I mean? Darren, thanks for along. It's great to see you again. Just 1 second, Josh. I'll come back to you, right, mate?
Go on now.
How are you doing? What do you have to say about Saka?
Well, I mean, it's plain to see Ben White dyed his hair yellow after 2 or 3 games, and then they had to get rid of the dye because he was playing shit. And why hasn't Saka worked that out already after he's had his hair done? Yeah, really. Now I watch Arsenal games because it's Arteta FC. I'm a neutral. I watched that game today and I was like a neutral. I don't want us to win. I feel nothing for what's being put out on the 100 yards of a football pitch. The 11 men that go on there don't represent me. There are some good ones in there, but it's probably about a third of the team he puts out that are good enough every game. And Odegaard can't run properly. It looks like he's been attacked with a baseball bat when he runs. And you've got Emil Smith-Rowe, who's been wrecked by Arteta over about a season and a half, who's got more ability and more speed and more direct nature in his game than Odegaard ever will have. And he's left on the bench. It's just ridiculous. And really, I'm at a loss, really, where to go now with this. I just hope we lose every game, draw every game. And the last guy, Josh, said if Arteta don't win a trophy this season, he's got to go. For me, he's got to go tonight. And he should have been going ages ago, because it's all well and good us all coming on these fan cams after we've lost and saying, oh, look at us, I told you so. But where have people been when we've been winning games and playing shit? Where have people been when we've been drawing games and playing shit? Where have people been when, you know, we get to another season and say, oh, give him another window, give him another... Are we seriously saying, oh, we need a striker? Are we seriously saying we trust this mug and Egu, Vinay Garlic, to be taking us into the next transfer window? They all need to go. They've all got a whole lot, right? And it's not this channel, but I'm going to have a pop at most other channels on YouTube now. People are too fair weather. They're seeing Arteta, you know, win a few games and beat Man City at home and whop Lens 6-0, and they jump up and down and get all excited. Well, I went to both of those games in the ground, and let me tell you, Man City at home, that was a chess game, and, you know, we had our guard up for 90 minutes and got lucky with a sucker punch with Martinelli hitting one in off the back of a player. That's not beating Man City properly, right? And Lens at home, it just so happened every time we went on the attack, we scored a goal, and Lens are hardly Bayern Munich, are they? You know, so come on, guys. Let's, you know, get in the ground, get on social media, start being more direct and more demanding. Your opinion counts. Arteta out, and you can delay it and delay. If you delay, Josh, getting Arteta out tonight, what that means is you're giving him another chance. You're giving him another window. You're giving him another summer. For all them idiot Arsenal fans, and the majority of them that go in the stadium, to say, oh, let's give him another chance. No, 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 no. You've got to be tough with your football club and your team. And they failed. So that's it.
Honestly, I've seen enough, man. Come on, man. West Ham at home. Bro, West Ham. Suchak and them, man, bro. What's going on? What, bro?
Do you know what, Josh?
Fulham?
West Ham and Fulham. West
Ham
and Fulham today and on Thursday, they look like well-drilled teams with a manager that can organise them. This clown can't organise them. David Moyes and this geezer today, I can't remember what his name is. Both of them managers are proper managers with experience. This bloke put cones out at Manchester City.
You know this. You know how Arsenal play, right? It's so predictable and it's so boring, right? Second cuts inside, Belmont overlaps, right? Odegaard just sits on the ball for about 25 minutes, and then it's boring, bruv. Change the play style. Every single time the same thing. Belmont overlaps. Every single game. It's boring. I've seen it last season.
Martinelli might be a bit before your time, Josh, but he is the Brazilian Martinez. He's got his head down like this, runs into. You know, we scored the goal today through his failed shot. You know, and also he's going to be like Ronaldo. And, oh, Martinelli, he's quick. I don't even think he's got any pace anymore.
And also, right, see Arteta, this guy makes the same subs. My man takes on Martinelli, brings on Trossard. Are you alright? Why does he keep on doing the same sub every single game? Takes on Martinelli, brings on Trossard. Takes on Martinelli, brings on Trossard. Takes on Finketia, brings on Jesus. It's so predictable, right? He's doing that. Why? Because his bench is crap. He's got no one on the bench. It's trash. The bench is rubbish.
It's rubbish.
Yeah. Look, guys, I want to get Static in here because he's been waiting.
Yeah, go on, bro.
But Josh, I just want to I want to ask Static this question. Josh just said it there that maybe we've been found out. You know what I mean? This whole Zinchenko in the left back against West Ham, it's Zinchenko left back and cutting in. Every manager now knows that. You know what I mean? But could you agree with what I'm saying there?
First of all, hello. First of all, hello, boys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Hello. First of all, hello, panel. Delboy, welcome back. It's really good to see you again. Hello, everyone in live chat. Please like and subscribe. I can't really disagree with anything that everyone's saying, including Josh. So, we start Kivior.
Yeah, like Kivior is his player. You know what I mean? He signed him for 24, 25 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was the cause for that their forced goal, I think. The defending, he tried to kick it towards him. He just get the ball out. He rose at it. You know what I mean?
I looked at Kivior before he was warming up, and he didn't look like he wanted to be here. You're a centre back, and you're 6 foot over, right? 6 foot plus, and you're coming up against Willian and the other people they've got on the wings. And look what happened. The goal that Fulham scored was a great old-fashioned goal from the 90s, where somebody goes flying down the wing, whips across in, it beats everybody, and someone comes in on the far post. Great goal. It's not rocket science, is it?
Can I just say that goal reminded me of when we won 3-2 against Bolton away when Wenger was still in charge. I remember a goal very similar to that. So, but yeah, look, Kivior, he got sucked into the middle. He clearly wasn't watching Jimenez from behind, and he was behind him and he scored. Totally unmarked. Pathetic defending. And do you mind if I quickly talk about the game?
Go for it. Yeah, walk away.
The whole game, we were too passive, too lethargic, boring, sideways, backwards, too many wasted chances. We couldn't even put our chances away. We started well for 5 minutes, although me saying 10 minutes is very generous, to be honest, because the rest of the night, 85 minutes, we were absolutely shit. So, excuse my French. So, and we got what we deserved. And the worst part is, I knew we were going to lose. I predicted 2-1 Fulham. I hate being right. I hate it. Oh, my God. And can I just say, guys, I was watching Palhinha very closely for 90 minutes for Fulham. He was outstanding. His blocks were phenomenal. He's exactly the type of player we need right now at Arsenal. If Arsenal have any chance of salvaging anything this season, go and sign him in January. But Arsenal, we won't. And what Darren said to me a few weeks ago, which I totally agree, we're going to sign like 3-4 unknown players, which I agree. We're not going to sign Palhinha.
There's no way.
We got what we deserved, boys. We got what we deserved.
100%.
Just on that, at the start when I seen Eddie was playing instead of Jesus, I says, okay, is he trying something there? But it's Eddie. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. He has not worked. You know what I mean? Even the other day when he was, you know what I mean? But even when you're there going for the West Ham game, when we're losing 2-0, Eddie is going to save the day. How many times does this guy get a chance to? And you're hearing that West Ham are looking for 40 million or something to buy him. Oh my God.
That was Crystal Palace. That was Crystal Palace. Yeah,
please. If you get 40 million for Eddie Nketiah, this world is crazy. You know what I mean? Did you think, okay, he's trying something different here with Kiora fucking coming on and Eddie starting. Did you say, right, he's trying something new?
Not really, no, Del, and I want to big up the Aussie Gooner who did a preview to this game, of course, on his channel. And hopefully he might join us later on if he's awake, or maybe he's trying to drown his sorrows, given that it's already New Year's Day in Australia, Sydney. And he was saying, obviously, that guys like Jesus and Martinelli were ripe to be dropped, and he wanted to see Nketiah come in. If only, not really because Nketiah merited it necessarily, but because he wanted to see some of those players given a message that they are not indispensable and that they can be dropped. And, there's a part of me really that feels pity for Martinelli more than anything else, because I know that Darren will basically make it crystal clear that Martinelli's form has been poor and he definitely was, ripe to be dropped. And I couldn't agree more necessarily, but there's a part of me that feels that under this ridiculous system that Arteta is, employing, he looks completely, you know, out of ideas. Unai Emery had him playing as a centre forward, and he was scoring goals. He's playing as a centre forward for Brazil under Fernando Diniz, and proving that he has a really good touch about him. And yet Arteta has him playing in this ridiculous style where he's forced to sort of go out into the wing more, go into no man's land, keep his head down, and it's the poor guy's literally being wasted. And I actually replied to his video. I wanted to see Martinelli start in the centre and maybe Trossard come in instead of Jesus, who has literally been even worse, if anything, given that he hasn't scored anything. But again, the only change there was that Nketiah came in. And Nketiah really didn't offer anything. I saw the game from the very first. I was 20 seconds late. Didn't miss very much, thankfully. But Nketiah offered nothing. And then that comment over there, we binned off a world-class left-back in Kieran Tierney. Injury-prone, yes, but world-class still nonetheless. Ryan Stockley, wonderful to see you. Hope your health's all right, mate. And we're stuck with Zinchenko, who can't defend for Toffee, and Kivior, whose performance was even worse today. Hooked off after half-time. So I really have no idea what Arteta is trying to do. And there is no real merit in some of the things that he was trying to do. He wasn't trying to do something different. He just wanted to sort of freshen things up and maybe make a change. But if he wanted to, maybe he would have put Martinelli in a different position or at least benched him. Because I'll tell you what, Martinelli started well, and it was his wonderful run and shot which actually led to the first goal, which our ex-goalkeeper Leno palmed into Saka's path. And even then, Saka miskicked that, and it went right in.
Well, it worked wonderful, Manny, because he never scored a goal. He had a shot, and the goalkeeper saved it. Should have buried it. He does that all the time.
I get
he's
that.
in the team to score goals, and you're saying he's a striker. He ain't even a striker, mate. Bin him. Get rid of him. Not good enough.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're playing him all the way out on the left and you're sort of isolating him there, you don't have the overlapping left back who can sort of take the heat off him. Because if you look carefully, he's got to do a lot of tracking back. Because neither Zinchenko nor Kivior can really overlap. Kivior's a centre back by trade. Zinchenko isn't even a defender. And so Martinelli's being victimized by this stupid system, and it looks really horrible. I think if a new manager comes in, he'll stick Martinelli back in the centre, he'll start scoring goals, and have the time of his life. And
well, I think if a new manager come in, Manny, certainly I'd agree with you that certain players would be benched for certain players that are on the bench that need to start. And one of those is Emil Smith-Rowe. I'd put him straight. I'd give him 10-game run, and I'd get that Odegaard out.
Yep, 100%, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, you know, he's sort of ruining Martinelli. All right, he's ruined Smith-Rowe by, like, you know, the guy got injured. Okay, and fair enough, you get time to come back. But what you said there, Darren, is spot on. Give the young fella about 10 games and just go, this is for your Arsenal career. You're getting 10 games, mate. Go out, prove to me and prove to every fan that's out there that you are a top Arsenal player.
Go do 2 seasons ago, Smith-Rowe I was actually excited about Smith-Rowe. I thought, wow, this bloke, you know, he could be a player for the next 10 years. And Mikel Arteta, what's gone wrong? You tell me, Arteta, what has gone wrong with him?
Yeah, and that also segues into what I was talking about, Darren and Del, about at the beginning, about how maybe some of the players have started to get wise to Arteta and his lack of man management, because I don't know whether it was his treatment of Ramsdale that was the final straw, but, you know, to sort of marginalise Emil Smith-Rowe, to marginalise Kieran Tierney and send him on his merry way, I think maybe Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang had a bit of a point. Now, I don't agree with this mentality which says that maybe we, you know, let go of him too early, because the relationship had broken down in any case, and neither the player nor the manager nor the club were going to be happy. So he had to leave. He rediscovered his smile at Barcelona. He's back in France, playing even better now. Although we will see,
Arteta wanted him to play left back and striker. And if you're a striker, a greedy striker, which is what we need right now, Aubameyang was never going to do that, and that must have got him down, and that's why he was late for training, late for the North London derby. And that's why Arteta got rid of him.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Darren. I mean, I'm sick and tired of people who will try to gaslight us by saying that, if Aubameyang wasn't able to, make the most of his time at the club and ended up leaving too early, it was because of him. And his struggles at Chelsea pretty much proved that we were right to bin him. But, the Chelsea struggles, of course, weren't his fault. The sacking of Thomas Tuchel didn't help. And Potter also completely mismanaged him, ironically benching him for the guy who's now in our midfield and who can also score goals as a false nine, but Arteta doesn't play him there. I mean, everything right now smacks of utter, lunacy and an attempt to try something, mad. He's no tactical genius. He's a mad scientist like Frankenstein, and at least Frankenstein had some semblance of a brain. And that segues back to your question, Del Boy, because if you take a look at the starting lineup, Havertz coming back in. The only two real changes that were made were Kiwior coming in at left back and Nketiah coming in as a striker. If Arteta had any sense of imagination, if he had any sense of being willing to try something new and try something different and actually reward people, he would give ESR a start, because I think all of us can agree that when ESR came on against West Ham, he was trying to make something happen. And you cannot really expect a player who hardly ever gets any minutes, who's been out injured, to come on and become a hero straight away. And my biggest fear was that, he'd get his few minutes, try his best, and get thrown under the bus. Pretty much the way Aubameyang. We were in the Euro final. It's taken off of Willian. And in the first leg, he gets only 10 minutes to make an impact. The one good thing is that right now, quite a few fans and maybe quite a few players are starting to get wise to this idiot. And I'm not going to mince my words here. He is an idiot. He can't manage people. His tactics are being found out. And if Unai Emery can encourage Aston Villa to win some games playing a proper back four with proper overlapping fullbacks, or also have the flexibility to play a back three with two wing backs given the situation, and see Aston Villa recover from near relegation to European qualification to potential, title challenges, then it just makes it very clear we were never good enough as a club for a manager like Emery. Is Arteta the manager we deserve? Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Where it hurts.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Like, one manager that's available is Conte. He's an won the Premier League. He knows what it's about. Did he win the Champions League with Chelsea as well? I'm not 100%. No, wasn't.
No, it was Di Matteo and Tuchel who won the Champions League with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Del Boy, there's another person, Hansi Flick.
Oh, yeah.
I'd take him right now.
Yeah.
I don't care that he failed at Germany in the international team. I don't care. I'd take him right now. He's available. He won 6 trophies in one season or so with Bayern Munich. I'd take him.
It's just like, for me, Arteta has 2 systems of play. The one is the left back, Zinchenko, coming into the midfield. That's his trick up his sleeve. And then the other one is Thomas Partey and, let's say, Declan Rice or something like that, sitting in there. And that's it. There's nothing else. You know what I mean? Like, to change a game today, like, even with Trossard, Eddie, Sakis, I don't believe in that. Just throw every striker or every attacker we have onto the field. You still have to keep it calm, keep your system, keep your shape, and keep at them. You will get something. You know what I mean? But it's just like, you're an attacker, get on. You're an attacker, get on. Like, you're losing your whole shape, and then the whole team is just there looking, going, what fucking way are we playing here? What's the system? What's the plan? You know what I mean? But it's just fucking panic attack, panic stations. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm done with it now. I'm seriously just fucking sick of it. We have to start acting like a big club. Man City, Liverpool, United, they act like big clubs. United will sack Ten Hag. Give him another 2 games, and he's gone. And they're going to go way out and throw money at it. That's what they'll do. Sorry, Static. Jump in.
Yeah, sorry. I was just going to say that performance was there. Fulham's game plan was practically identical to our last meeting against them at home. And I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to say this has been coming since the last meeting, because we got away with it and we should have lost in the dying seconds of the game. I remember, I think it was Dama Traore nearly scored, but Ramsdale saved it. So that should have been a warning. The whole 90 minutes against them last time. Arteta being found out by Marco Silva, and now it's happened again. This time we took the lead, and after 5-10 minutes, we just did nothing. And guess what? And the Corver Reed, I remember he scored the first or second goal. The first goal, and he scored the winning goal from the corner. And once again, our Achilles heel, we cannot. But this goes back in the last 20, 30 plus years. We just can't defend from corners.
Yeah. It's just ingrained into us now. Like, you know what I mean? It's just we might get hurt or something like that. You know, the whole it's just I don't know, the whole coaching, everything like that. Warren has always been saying he doesn't believe in the coaching side of the Arsenal thing, and I agree with him.
He's right. He's right.
Like, you know, it's like Martinelli, for example. You had this gem. Klopp even said it in his first time he ever seen him. He goes, "That kid is a superstar in the making." And then what's happened to him? And since that time, he's just gone downhill. I just can't believe it. Like, what is it getting coached out of them? You know what I mean? It's so
micromanaging him, mate.
Yeah.
He's micromanaging him.
Yeah, that's it. Just let him play. You know what I mean? That you have a talented guy like that. Okay, you give him a few instructions, but just say, just go out and play. You know what I mean? Like players like that. And I'm not saying Martinelli's like this, but Messi, like, you know, he wanders and he does his thing. That's what he does. I'm not saying Martinelli's anywhere near Messi, but I'm just saying, just let him, give him that bit of license to sort of roam into the centre if he wants, come out to the wing, swap over to the other wing. You know what I mean? Do stuff like that.
With Martinelli, right? The argument you're putting here is that can be a superstar. Klopp knows more about football than I do, right? But ask yourself this question: when you look at the Premier League, what players that are coming on the scene now and that, who excites you? There ain't many, but Man United have got one, Garnacho. He's ripping it up, right? Martinelli ain't.
No.
Right? You I'll get a bit about coaching and you've got to be coached, but at the end of the day, you've either got it or you ain't. And I don't see how Martinelli's got it. I really don't. If he had it, he'd be ripping teams up without getting coached by now. He's not a baby anymore. He's not 17 or 18 or 19. You know, it should be there now. Don't forget, Arteta's been coaching this kid now for 4 years. Has he got? He ain't got any better, has he? Garnacho comes in. He's getting overhead kicks outside the box. He's turning games around against Aston Villa. The player excites me when I see the bloke play. Yeah, it's not nice to say because he's a Man United player and I don't like Man United, but it's fact.
You know, the ironic thing there, though, Darren, coming back to what you were saying, is that players like Martinelli and Saka, we've got to include him in the conversation now.
Yeah,
they were balling, though, much earlier. So I actually do think it is the coach because, you know, you've got someone like Arteta who tries to be, you know, Pep reincarnate, be all micromanaging and not adopting this inverted style. Whereas, you know, all of us are old enough to remember at some point how we used to play. We had an old-fashioned back four. We never adopted this ridiculous inverted stuff. You know, Nigel Winterburn was that classic overlapping fullback with the crunching tackle who also could, you know, bomb down the wing, had a decent shot on him. We slightly upgraded in a way with Ashley Cole, and then, you know, we had some others after him. And now the worst part is that in this craze to adopt this perverted, inverted style, as I like to call it, I get the feeling that we're starting to lose a little bit of our identity in a way, because that's not the way we played under Graham. That's not the way we played under Arsene Wenger. And that sure as hell isn't the way to win trophies. If we've seen the film Cool Runnings, you know, Sanka Coffey's, Dougie Doug's character, Sanka Coffey, says it best. You know, the best we can be, and to paraphrase him, is the Arsenal. And as long as we play for the Arsenal, if we breed the Arsenal, then sure as eggs, we've got to play the Arsenal way. And what Arteta is doing is trying to adopt this ridiculous style, which will never, ever be, you know, identified with us. And I've been having debates on Twitter with some people I do respect. Shout out to the Vada London Tamil podcast or North London Tamil podcast. Their guy has basically been telling me that playing the inverted way is the way to go because Manchester United City are doing it and they're winning all these trophies. We have to adopt this way. But the problem is we've adopted it for so long, we've been literally found out. Someone like Tierney could come back into the team right now and put in a proper shift under a proper manager, and we wouldn't see, the likes of Alex Iwobi or Willian and company bombing down the wings and putting in crosses left, right, and centre. Did you see the way Anthony Robinson was, outrunning Ben White and William Saliba? He was cooking them, literally, like marshmallows on a campfire, for Pete's sake. So,
did you see him roasting Saka as well?
Oh, I didn't see that. Please don't remind me of that. I mean, maybe I did, but I don't want to forget. I don't want to remember that.
Yeah.
But, I think we've lost our way completely, and it sort of figures when you appoint an Everton legend who just happened to, play for Arsenal for a few years and captain the team. He knows nothing, literally about the Arsenal way. And the sad part is, I think Jez said it perfectly. Shout out to his channel, Arsenal History and More. He said that hopefully we will never ever employ an ex-Arsenal legend as manager. So sorry, Tony Adams. Sorry, Patrick Vieira. That rules you lot out of the job. But we just need to get back to the basics. And shout out to Warren himself. He quoted the late Brian Clough, God rest his soul. And here I will zip my lip because we got a guest in. Football is a simple game, complicated by idiots. And we've got one of the biggest idiots managing our club right now.
Agree. I just want to come in quickly. That argument that group are making about the way to go is the inverted fullback, it's total nonsense, because the only way it worked with Man City is because they had so many players far in excess of ability than everyone else. It's showboating. It's just showboating. Right. Oh, well, we're 3-0 up. Oh, I'll tell you what, left back, you come and have a go. Because we're so better than everyone else, we can afford to do it. But when you haven't got a squad that's clearly superior to the team you're playing, you can't be doing with inverted tactics. You can't. Because as I said on one of my Instagrams the other day, these teams now know when Zinchenko gets listed on the team sheet, they've got a goal already. They know they'll score at least one goal. Because Zinchenko will come up to the halfway line, they'll turn the ball over, then they'll have 3 or 4 players hit on the break, and that's it, game over, like West Ham.
Yeah, Darren, you just took the words out of my mouth there. I'm a fucking idiot from Dublin, right? And I fucking know that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm an idiot from London.
These top-class fucking managers, what do they fucking know? You know what I mean? But I'll tell you one thing. Matt will tell us what the story is. How are you? The busiest man in YouTube today. How are you doing, brother?
You're muted, Mr. Odom.
I saw that, brother. I saw it. It's always good to see the 1, 2, 3, 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in the building. Dale, you picked a hell of a day to come back, man.
Right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, brother, that was shambolic today. I sat backstage with Lee and Ola after we got through, and I told him, I said, we've seen some bad performances. And I keep saying this. I find myself saying this week in, week out. I said, but that truly was the worst performance that we have put in the entire year. I told him, I said, if you ask me who my player of the game today is, I'm going to tell you, Alex Iwobi. He was all over the place on us. This is a player.
I have to disagree, man. Sorry. Paulinho for Fulham. He was phenomenal.
I said it for this reason here. I said it for this reason here. Willian was on this team under this manager. He leaves this manager, goes to a new manager, and is reborn. What does that show you? This man has no clue what to do. We had nothing going across the board today, attacking wise. I have showed these numbers. Monty has seen the numbers. The numbers state for themselves. Odegaard out there today again, 3 assists in 25 games. Let that sink in. He's only had 3 assists in 25 games of football for Arsenal Football Club. Do you realize? I keep trying to tell people Kai Havertz is only a few goals off of being the top goal scorer for the club this year. And he started scoring late. This team is not good. It is not good. We are short. Not only are we a few players short, we're short 8 to 12 players short.
Yeah.
Whatever striker we bring in, whoever that striker is, we've got to buy cover for that striker. Because if he goes down, we're back to square one again. What am I saying? The manager has misappropriated the money that was given to him over the last 4 years. Let that sink in.
Did anyone see Willian play like he's playing now in an Arsenal shirt?
Never.
No.
You
Never.
probably saw 5
Because
minutes.
that transfer must have some sort of fraud in attached to it. It must have some, in as much as William didn't want to come. But we said, no, you're coming. And Chelsea went, yeah, you're going. I can't believe William ever wanted to come to our club.
Del boy, if you can pull this up right here, what I got sitting out there. Every chance I get, I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to show people this. If you can pull the screen up for me, if you can get to it. I want you to see this. Look at these stats.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Look at these stats. 7 goals. 7 goals. Look at the see, you'll see the goal, but this is the number that you got to look at. Look at the goal conversion rate. 24%. 19%. 20%. 26%. 19%. And then it goes all. I mean, just look at this. And people are saying we don't need a striker. Oh, man, we don't need a striker, man. We got Jesus. We can make it. The numbers don't lie. I've got a couple of bombs to drop in this. Let's go over here. Let's go over here to assists. Fabio Vieira hadn't played much any this season. He's on the same number as Odegaard.
Jesus Christ.
The same numbers as Odegaard. Martinelli, 3 assists from the winger position. 3 assists. That means nothing he's putting in is working. And the days was a fluke because Saka was about to put it over the bar. Look at Jesus. $50 million. Saka, 11 assists, 8 goals. He can't do it anymore. That has been found out. And we're seeing it on display on a weekly basis. This manager is no longer, and never was, as far as I'm concerned, able to get the best out of any player in this team. Every player, let's go all the way back to Smith Rowe, bailed him out. He bailed him out. You saw how he treated him. Saka bailed him out. He bailed him out and he ran that horse into the ground. That horse is done. He's not playing for the manager anymore. You saw it today. You saw it in his body language. You saw it just, man, I got my goal, man. I'm good. As long as I got mine, I'm good. Y'all figure out how y'all gonna get y'all's. You look at the team. You got Declan Rice. If you get a chance today, I know somebody's gonna clip it when they do the Arsenal goal reaction or whatever. You go back and you go look at the second goal. Me, Lee, and Ola literally walked the second goal into breaking down. Static, I can't remember if you was in there or not, but we literally walked that goal down as it happened. Lee said,
I was there.
Yeah, he'll tell you, we literally walked that second goal through the net because we saw it coming. Declan Rice, players arguing, out of position, fighting, going on. What is this? This manager's lost the plot, man. This manager's lost the plot. What fool decides to go Eddie Nketiah, bring him on, leave Martinelli on, who's out of form, take Jesus off? Why don't you play Jesus in the position that he normally plays in? Left wing anyway. Then you say, okay, we'll put Trossard up. Nope. What does he do? I've got to provide the king of Zamunda some form of access to this team.
Be careful you say that, Matt. King of Zamunda.
He plays Trossard in midfield. Trossard's not a midfielder.
Go on.
He never will be.
Darren, you text me the other day. And said, hey, he is not a midfielder. And what did he do? Same thing he did before. He does the same thing over. This manager's done. It's done. I've asked this question before. I think Static was in there with me last time I asked it, but I'm going to ask it again. Who trusts this manager with another $100 or so million to buy what we need? No one. He's muffed it every time he's got an opportunity. And then in that, it's time for him to go. We've been saying it all year long. Shout out to Warren if he's in the building today. Warren messaged me the first game of the year. He said, Matt, this is going down the toilet. Get ready. I said, Warren, let's just give it a few games and see. No, Warren said, I'm telling you now, get ready. It's going down the toilet. And my friend, I have seen something I have not seen before. We had a manager take this team from first to fourth in less than a week. We went from first to fourth in less than a week. And we're technically 1 point ahead of Spurs, who is sitting right behind us in fifth or sixth. I can't remember exactly which one.
We were 9 points ahead of Tottenham.
Game. Yeah, if we drop another game, I think we play Palace next. We play Palace, right? I want people to understand this, and I'm gonna say the same thing I told Tony earlier this week when I was talking about this game here. We're probably gonna lose the Palace game. Well, how do you know that? Because we needed a penalty kick to beat them last time. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
We're done.
By the way, Matt, in response to what you said, I was there when you said that about do we trust him to spend more money in the next transfer window? Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. It's time to go. It's time to go, man. This manager has come in, gentlemen, and he has completely done the same exact thing that he did last year on a higher plane. He did it earlier this year. Everybody was running around here. We've been seeing it. Darren, me and you've been talking, doing shows about us just winging it and 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 winging it. Monty, me and you been talking about you winging it and winging it and winging it. And then finally, you're starting to see the wheels finally come off of this thing. Finally coming off.
Yeah.
And it's sad, man. It's sad, man, that this fan base still, we've got people in this fan base is looking at rain, pitches, water coming out of the sky, wind. You got all the elements, wind and fire. That's what I'm gonna start calling earth, wind, and fire. You got the elements, and everybody's talking about these are the factors that's causing us not to win games. The one factor that's causing us not to win games, dear boy, and I'm going to turn it back over to you, is one, Mikel Arteta. As long as he's at this club, we're not doing anything. It's time to sack this man and bring in somebody who knows what he's doing.
Exactly. Mikel Arteta should be sacked from Arsenal. I no longer trust this process. So stop acting like little kids. And I don't want Arteta to stay for any more time because we have to dig deep in our souls to recover from this loss. I don't want Arteta to stay. I just want him to go away.
Manny,
Is that the
you're
basic
replacing
rollers?
Mikel Arteta song.
Manny, I just want to say to you, we're doing auditions in Ireland for the Eurovision. I would like to put you forward.
Mate, that's only for Irish citizens. I know I would do a better job than Dustin the Turkey, but still, thank you very much indeed. I don't think I could do it justice. Ireland has produced some wonderful singers over the years. I could never ever come over there and try, but thank you very much for mentioning that, mate.
But please do, if you're new around here, so hit the subscribe button, hit an like, please. I would really appreciate that. But I'm just sort of thinking there as Matt was talking. We've obviously we're on 2 losing games now. If any top manager in the world, 5 games you lose, you're gone. Do we think that they'll sack him after 5 games if we lost 5 in a row? Darren, would you honestly think that the board would sack him?
I don't think the board will sack him, unfortunately. I think they remain loyal to him till the end of the season. But if we just keep losing game after game and drawing game, if we get knocked out the FA Cup against Liverpool, but I mean, he must be sitting there now having lost 4 games, and the players must also be thinking, well, what's our priorities? If we were to go the rest of the season unbeaten, we could win the title, for example. But I don't see that happening. We've got to go Man City away, Old Trafford away, which is always hard, irrespective of how bad they are. Tottenham away, we'll bottle it and roll over and they'll beat us. So there's another 3 defeats just off the top of my head. Right, so I'm thinking now, these players and the manager now must be thinking, well, top 4 now is our priority. And that's why I think maybe we've even, done what we've done today and got beat by Fulham away, because maybe they thought the title's gone already and they're not going to put the work in. But no, unfortunately, it's going to need more defeats before I think the board will get rid of him, unless some bizarre infighting scandal comes out and then they question him, and like the goalkeeper situation, or not that I think that's a big issue really. Is Ramsdale's been demoted and that's it. That is what it is. But you mentioned it earlier that are the players fed up with the Ramsdale situation, him being a bit of a character in the squad and being their mates? When you see your mate demoted for someone else, then maybe it's player power. Ooh, what's Arteta done sacking our mate, And whilst that's not in the forefront of what they're thinking because they want to win the games, subconsciously, maybe they've lost a bit of respect for Arteta and that's why they're not playing for him anymore.
Yeah, it could very well be. It's a bit like with Manchester United continuing to play Andre Onana, despite him dropping a few stinkers and pulling off a few saves in between. And he's continuing to pick some players who, as you would also agree, as with us, Darren, some of those players aren't even justifying their places in the side anymore. Not to mention the falling out with Jadon Sancho and a few others. It's as if everything's simply falling apart. And the problems at United and Arsenal are pretty much, the fish rots from the head down. It's the managers who are really, saying who are really causing all these problems. Kenny Ken said it perfectly. Big up to him. The club is the star. If no player should be bigger than the club, then no manager should ever be bigger than the club. And I think we can all agree on that, hopefully.
100%. It's time for this match to be moved on, man. We're going backwards. And we're going backwards at a critical rate of speed. I mean, we're on Starship 9 type stuff. I mean, we're going backwards super fast. And this manager has no answer. He has never had an answer. And he's been winging it. I mean, our performances is based off of his style of management. Just wing it. Let's just see what happens. The whole Zinchenko thing today, he tried to call himself being slick, wants to hide him from plain sight. We know he's still around, and he'll probably be playing. Darren, you brought up something that we didn't even cover on our end today. Liverpool is up next in this FA Cup. And we know this manager likes to throw away cups. So you already know what's happening. There's nobody on this panel that has any, we can go beat Liverpool. No, we're not beating them. They're going to come in. They're going to get ready to send us home. And it's going to be the same old song and dance that we've been through for the entire calendar year. Y'all do realize this is the same thing that happened to us last year at the end of the year. It's the same thing. All 6 of us sat right here at the end of last season going through this same exact thing that we're talking about right now. Being in cups, wasting opportunities, 1st to 4th in less than a week. This manager has signed players like Odegaard to multi-year deals. We're stuck with that clown. We're stuck with a lot of these clowns that he signed. They said your boy was supposed to be. They said, hey man, Havertz is back. Where was he at today? What did you see today from him? We were out muscled. We coined a new term over there. We look like the Backstreet Boys. Nothing but finesse. Cute song and dance. Nothing rough and rugged at all. This team, we're done. We're done. I'm done.
I think that was Bruno Mars who said that, dripping in finesse, right?
Yeah, we are dripping with finesse. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna turn it over to the man with the plan. The volcano is about to erupt.
Yeah.
Over to you, my friend.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say, Tail Boy, great to have you back and to share the screen with all you legends. I wish you all a happy Christmas and a happy New Year to all you and your families and everyone else. But lads, let's get down to brass fucking tacks here. I'm 6 M's. and I'm saying this a long, long time now. Players are overhyped. Your Havertz, Eddie Nketiah. Why is that man being picked? I was down in the Riverside Hotel here having dinner with the woman there today. And I was looking at the game. And when I saw the team sheet, I said, there's only one winner here, and that's Fulham. How can I predict that down the Riverside Hotel before kickoff? This Arteta has to go, and he has to go tonight. Our club is ruined. I'm sick of it, that boy. I tell you the truth, that boy. You're sick of yourself, man. Check it out if you don't believe me. I came off Facebook, that boy. I put up the thing. I said Darren hasn't even seen me on Facebook in a long time because I was sick putting things up and lads coming back at me. And I was having arguments and falling up with lads over. All Arteta in. I said, lads, we haven't a hope to win the league title. I was on TJ Warren's show. If TJ Warren is in the show there, in the chat there, he takes it to you. I said on TJ Warren's show 4 weeks ago, I said, Arsenal Football Club will be out of the league title the 1st of January. The 1st of January. I told him that. And where are we? We're out of fucking title. That's where we are. Oh, but don't worry about that, boy. We're going to win the Champions League, I'm being told. We want to win the Wexford fucking Cup here in Ireland. It's embarrassing what's going on. Way overhyped. Martinelli is a fucking joke. Sack it. World class. He ain't world class. I'm sick saying it. Eddie Nketiah, Havertz, Declan Rice, over fucking hyped. These lads will not win us a league title. Trust me on that. And we're talking about the great defenders that we have. Ben White is useless. Kia War is useless. Gabriel is no fucking good either, that boy. I have him so stout as well. And Saliba ain't world class like everyone thinks he is. We're going fucking nowhere fast under this management. And this squad of players will not win you anything. When the time gets tough, when things get tough, where do the boys go? Hiding under the rock once again. And I tell you something, that boy, and this is not the first time I said it to you. When I see fucking players laughing, the fuck are they laughing at? If I was in that dressing room, I swear to fuck. I finished that, boy. I'm fucking sick of it.
No,
we're going nowhere fast. We're going nowhere fast. We're not relying on this manager. Forget about the whole thing. The season is finished. It's a write-off.
You even said, like, you hit the nail on the head there, Kyle, with the smiling and hugging and kissing on the way out for the second half. For the second half of a fucking game, you're like, at least when that bollocks at Santos wanted Van Persie's jersey. Remember that time at halftime when you know?
That was the Man U game.
Yeah, at least he done it going into the fucking dressing room. These guys are coming out of the dressing room hugging and kissing. What the fuck is that about? You're 1-0 down. You're coming into a game and you're there smiling. It's nothing's funny. You're losing a game of football.
It's the mentality, Dale. It's the manager that comes down from the manager.
Yeah,
I mean, we kept saying, what are they talking about? What did they talk about at halftime? Clearly, nothing. They didn't talk about anything at halftime. They didn't talk about what kind of tactics we're going to employ, or we're going to change, we're going to make things different. What are they talking about? Nothing. They came right out there, just like Kyle said. They came out laughing, slapping each other on the ass, having a good time, talking about what they're going to eat after the game, talking about the new car they bought this week, all this stupid stuff. They're not talking about, hey, man, we need to win this game because we need to stay in first place. Not one player. I'm going to say something. I'm going to say this right quick, too. The stench of Arsenal has now worn off on Declan Rice. He has played shambolic the last few games. And today was one of his worst games. This was his second game in a row running. When you get that Arsenal itch off you, man, there's not any medicated powder that can get it off.
Yeah, you're 100%. Matt, I don't know if you missed it there, but we were saying about Martinelli. Okay,
he stinks.
Yeah, exactly, and he's a prime example of what you just said there. Declan Rice is getting that now. You know what I mean? And it's something that cannot be taken away.
No. You're not gonna get rid of it overnight because once that Arsenal stench get on you, that Arteta, when it's just like Medusa. They stare at Medusa, they turn into blocks. When Arteta look at you, you done.
True.
You're done. He puts his hand on you, it's over. You're done. And that's what happened. He's worn out Saka. He's ruined Martinelli. Martinelli is a shell of the play. He looks like when he was raw. I'm talking raw, summer games, when he was running out of, Barnett, stuff like that. He looks like a player that just got started. We are not a good team. This manager ruins players. Declan Rice was on fire. He's ruined him. And I keep going back to this. Darren, I tell you, I say it all the time. If Partey hadn't got hurt, he'd still be playing right back. I mean, this manager does not have a clue. I'm sorry. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This manager has to go. He has to go. Has to go. The mentality of the team is not one of competing. Right now, it's just a feel good story. They just want to feel good. They're not serious about winning the title because if they were, they put the last 4 weeks, 1 win in 5. That's relegation form. 1 in 5. Nice. Relegation form for a team that's supposed to be up at the top of the table. It was also a false bravado. We know what's going to happen. You know it, and I know it. City didn't even play they went from where they were, hadn't even played the winning of the trophy, and sent Ramos right back at the top of the table again, and got their star players coming back. We know what's about to happen. We've seen this story before. Aston Villa lost a game. It didn't matter. They still were where they are. They went out and did what they were supposed to do. And then we have Arsenal fans laughing at Manchester United, rolling in that. We're the same team. We're just in a better position. Same exact team. Same exact manager. He's the same. You can go look at Ten Hag yesterday and look at Arteta today. And it's the same. One of them got hair, the other one don't. That's the only difference.
Matt, can I just say, I don't know if you noticed, the Arsenal fans, every time Willian, for 90 minutes, or close to 90 minutes, they booed him every time he touched the ball. Whereas Leno and Iwobi didn't hear a peep. Iwobi got applauded when he got substituted. I'm like, so you boo Willian, but you don't boo Leno and Iwobi. All 3 ex-Arsenal players. Where's the consistency from Arsenal?
Our fan base is decrepit.
Yep.
It is decrepit. It's a decrepit fan base that is lost, that is easily persuaded. I want to know why don't they boo Kai Havertz? Oh, we love Kai Havertz. He's the best thing going. He's the best thing going. You look at these other players. Our fans concern themselves with some of the most stupidest things. The most stupidest things instead of concerning themselves with how are we going from 1st to 4th in less than a week and playing catch up now. And they're going to be sitting there going, oh, we can catch Aston Villa. We're not catching. Aston Villa is going to make some signings. I told y'all this early this year. I said they're going to make some signings. Newcastle's probably going to sack Eddie Howe at some point. That's coming. The sack is on the way for him. Spurs are going to go get the center back. Don't be surprised if they go in for Ivan Toney because if we piddle around and goofing off, somebody will go in with a bigger stash of dough. Because they don't have to deal with financial fair play, and then he'll be going down the road, and then we'll have to deal with that again.
And what do we think about this rumor about Solanke? Is he good enough?
No, thank you. No, stay away.
I'm just telling you, man. We have wasted it, man. We have wasted it in these transfer windows, and everything is starting to come back. We look like today. We look like the team that we were the year before last. The year we went from 4th to 5th in a couple of days. We look like the same team. And we look like our form for the rest of the year.
Matt, we also look like the same team where we were at 1 point 15th.
Yeah. Relegation form 1 and 5.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've got Liverpool as well in January. I'm in the league.
That's the next game. That's the next game.
FA Cup.
The 7th.
And Palace.
We
got Liverpool in the league as well as the FA Cup.
That's right. Yeah, they got them in the league too. Yeah, I forgot we got them in the league too. Yeah, that's right. 3 times. It was 3 times.
Another defeat. Another 3 points lost.
Yeah.
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 It's happening. He's going.
Thanks, Darren.
I'm gonna bid you a farewell. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Darren.
Happy New Year,
Keep the faith.
Darren. Good to see you, bro. Love you, bro.
Someone else get
thanks,
on.
Darren.
And,
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it as well. I'm gonna get ready to drop it as well. I'm getting ready to do my fan count with Lee, man. Look at happy New Year to everybody, man. Enjoy yourselves tonight. Y'all be safe, and we will reconvene in 24.
Exactly. Cheers, man.
Good to see you. It's good to see you back, Dale.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, brother. Peace.
Cheers, Mr. Ivan.
Kyle, can you
Del Boy.
go for it?
Del Boy. I just, Del Boy, listen, man, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? How, like, Anthony there was there, and he's right. We were on Old Gunner School there the other night. And me and Anthony said this was going to happen. How am I on TJ Warren's show 4 fucking weeks ago saying that we're over league title by the 1st of January? How is that, Del Boy? How, someone explain to me, how did I fucking know that? I'll tell you how I know that. Because I'm 39 years supporting this club. Because I know exactly what this club, I know this club better than it knows itself. I wrote in Talk Sport was on the other day. And I told I'm talking shite. And I wrote in a little comment underneath. I said, Arteta out. Overhyped players, overhyped manager. The most protected manager in world football. You should have seen the amount of comments I got back. You're talking crap. A typical Arsenal fan. Negative. What's wrong? What do you want him to do? He's starting to get us to compete again. What else do you want? I said, I want number fucking one is what I want. So no, I'm sick and tired of that, boy. This club is going nowhere fast under this management. This club is going nowhere fast with those players. They're laughing and joking and the over league title race by Christmas, by the New Year. Joke. Did you see Tony Adams surpassed the beer and them fellas laughing? When the times got tough, where did they go? They went into the trenches, then boy. That sort of way. Into the trenches. Where did these lads go? The goes high, disappears every time. Sick and tired of it. Arteta out.
Yeah, you know. Look, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I think we've said a lot today and stuff like that. And look, I just wanted to if you're on your way out, just throw a thumbs up on that. Really appreciate it. And if you're new around here, just subscribe. And Manny, what do you have up, mate?
Well, I'm actually about to head on to Northside's channel right now because he's got a stream going on, and I will obviously have my say with him. But all I can say right now is, Del Boy, it's been wonderful to have you back. I'm glad I was able to see the return of Del Boy. And I know I've hosted a few shows in your place, but I keep telling people this is Del Boy Gunner TV, not Manny Gunner TV. This channel is nothing without you. Wonderful to have you back, and Happy New Year to everyone who's joined in the panel. Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. But let me also say Happy New Year to you and your family. Much love to you, your children, your wife, everyone around in Dublin. And hopefully next year you'll see me coming back to the UK and Ireland. If I ever do catch up with you in Dublin or even in Roscommon, we need to have a good crack. That's for sure. 100%. And the same goes for you, Mr. Walsh. If I come down to Wexford, I will look you up. Static. You know the drill. I will catch you wherever you are. Same goes for everyone. But until then, as I've said, do not let this result dampen your New Year's. This is a time for you to reflect on the things that have turned out well, reflect on a few highlights, celebrate everything that has turned out well, and then, just look forward to the new year with some confidence. And forget about Arsenal for now. And, roll on 24. Let it be 24 karat magic. Cheers, everyone. Love to all of you. I am out.
Big up, Manny. Cheers, mate. Thanks a million. Static, where can people find you?
Oh, Manny just gone. Well, you can find me on Instagram, everyone. So static__5. You can also find me on Del Boy's channel, which, by the way, welcome back, Del Boy. We've missed you so much, man. Especially during these dark times of these toxic, fake positive Arsenal fans trying to infest the fan base. But no, really, it's really good to see you back, man. We've all missed you. I've been getting messages saying, "Where's Del Boy? Where's Del Boy?" They're asking me, man. Well, I don't know. But to the live chat, to the panel live chat, you can find me anywhere and everywhere within the Arsenal YouTube community. If you find me live chat, just come and say hello. I'll try my very best to respond. And yeah, thank you again for having me on. As always, big love and respect to the panel that came on and that just left. And everyone in live chat, Happy New Year to all of you. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And please, to all Arsenal fans out there, get this fraudulent son of a out of our football club. Arteta has to go. That's it.
Well done, Static. Cheers, mate. I really appreciate you coming on. Thanks for your support and everything like that. Kyle, it's been short and sweet, but we'll have to do a longer video probably during the week if you're around.
Absolutely, Del Boy. First of all, Del Boy, just like to say, Static and all the lads in the chat, all the real legends, Del Boy, they were concerned about you, man, because they were texting me left, right, and centre. What's going on with Del Boy, Kyle? And I didn't want to say it to the lads, but I'm going to say it now. Del Boy was grand. I know where he was. Del Boy has been taking time out to fight hotels, living on a
Yeah.
You're sick of me there like that, boy.
Well, yeah. Hotel where I was.
Well, I was delighted that you said jump on the show. So big welcome back there, boy. This community needs fans like yourself there, boy. And we need fans like this to get the truth out, to get the brainwashed fans thinking where we are, to get our once great club back to where it used to be. Until then, we're fucked. So big up to you there, boy, and Happy New Year to you and the family and the boys. You know that there, boy.
Yeah.
Static. Always great to see the Static in the house. Legend. And Darren and Matty and Manny, all legends. So big up to you all, lads. And there, boy, give me a shout there and we'll have a little show go on there during the week. Things has to be said there, boy. I say at the end of your show last season, I say next season, lads, no excuses. I said that. I don't want to hear excuses. We're after showing what we are. Very average team going over fast. So big up to you all, lads. Happy New Year. The woman out in the kitchen putting on those sausage sample for me now. That's the daily cream, that boy. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy my time. Lads,
yeah, exactly.
See you, Carl. But I was going to say, Happy New Year to everyone in the panel as well. I've got to say that too.
No, fair play. Cheers. Thanks, Static. Really appreciate it.
Man, I'll give you no text there, that boy.
Good man. Cheers, mate. Talk to you soon. Take care. And yeah, just wanted to say thanks a million to everyone and Static and Kyle, Mane, Darren, Matt. Who else? I'm trying to think who else was on the panel there. I'm sorry. And everyone in the chat, for this is the reason why we do it, is for guys and girls and everything like that, for you guys to get your opinions out there, and once you're respectful to other people, and that's all I care about, you know what I mean? But yeah, look, I am back. I'm going to start doing a few videos. I think fucking Aegis is going to come back. Remember I used to do that? Well, that's going to come back because there's a few people out there that need fucking telling off, you know what I mean? But no, thanks a million. And if you're new around here, please do hit the subscribe button. I'm on the way to 1,000 subs. I'm going to try my best to get that ASAP and kick this channel on and get more people on and have more people have their opinions. But Static, again, really appreciate you coming on, brother, and respect and everything like that. I'm back on my socials. I'll be a bit more active and stuff like that. So yeah, until then, keep an eye out on the channel and notifications, because I will be doing as it says, might do something with Static and Kyle and stuff like that, and I'll organise something this week and we go from there. Thanks a million again. Do you want to say Arteta out, or will I say it?
Let's do it at the same time, okay?
Yeah, 3, 2,
1.
Arteta
out. You prick.
That's it. Thanks.